Hi everyone. So there are three myths about public speaking. The first myth is that good public speakers are always born, not made. Well, that's untrue. Good public speakers are a byproduct of sustained preparation, self belief, talent, passion, and process, not just birth. The second one is good public speakers are fluent at speaking English. Well, not necessarily. The world is replete with individuals who've made a big impact on people's life without getting accustomed to the idea of speaking English. Language is never an impediment. It's the belief that their expressions are adding value and people are listening to them. The third myth about public speaking is that confidence is a prerequisite to preparation. Not at all. It's the preparation, hard work, process that builds confidence. It's not other way around. You know, confidence can vanish if you don't really know as to what to speak. But when you prepare a lot, when you believe in the process, then self-belief reflects in the form of confidence. So very soon I realized that public speaking is like a three-legged stool. If one of those legs fall, then the stool doesn't work. So I realized that these three legs for me would be content, voice, and body language. And I started working on these three independently because I realized that once I would focus at these three, then eventually they would actually converge, and it's like the amalgamation would really add value. That is what happened. The first would be content. So I started working a lot on preparing a lot in terms of content, working on diverse issues. But when I would deliver, I started delivering, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minute speeches. It could be random, it could be planned. But I would not go for 15 to 20 minute speech initially. And I would have a structure in my mind. The structure would be introduction, point, example, and the closure. Any topic, I would really keep that parameter in my mind. For example, a topic like time management. So I would introduce the topic. Imagine there are people who find 24 hours limiting because they can't complete their work in given 24 hours. But on the other hand, there are people who find 24 hours fulfilling and they are great at optimizing their work. Now comes the point. The point would be individuals who know how to effectively plan, prepare, and remain focused and reflect a lot of self belief are the ones who know as to how to prioritize their time and their work on a day to day basis. Then my example would come. When I went for my MBA, it was complete chaos because so many things and I did not have any clue as to how to start. Assignments, case studies, presentations, committees, delegations, daily chores, and so many other unwarranted things. And very soon I started realizing that I would lose a lot like this. Then I started doing ABC analysis, prioritizing, most important to least important. And then I would also do a lot of gap analysis, that how much gap would I have on a day-to-day basis. Let's say between two activities, 2 hours, then third and fourth, 1 hour, and then fifth and sixth, half an hour, and then 15 minutes. And I started slotting my work accordingly. It worked magic for me. And then I would close the topic. So I would not believe that the question should be, or rather the retort is that, I don't have time. How do I get time? Rather, it should be, how do I add value out of the time that I have available with me? So this is how I would actually prepare my content. Once the content would take place, then my voice would be very important for me. So I realized that it's not just speaking and believing that people will listen to you. A lot of other things are important, like my tone. My tone is very important because my tone will possibly induce people into listening me better. Then the pace at which I would speak, fast, medium, slow. Then my voice modulation. How would I witness those lows and highs in order to reflect the gravity of the issue or the point of view that I'm making. Then my clarity of voice, it would be so like a singer. my voice would have to be very clear, then overall the facade of my voice would be really effective when these issues will be reflected in the pitch, the pitch, the high pitch, low pitch. So voice would be very important. And I would listen to good speakers. I would listen to those people. I would not even watch. I would listen. And the third would be my body language. My body language would be a reflection of my speech level. To start with, my eye contact. It would be very important, because if there's a large hall, then the eye contact becomes more challenging and more important. So that preparation was very important. Then my facial expressions. When I would speak, I would have to reflect the gravity of the issue in the way my face would reflect the passion. Okay. And then my gestures, gesticulations, my hand movements, my expressions and hand movements would really help a lot. Then my posture, upright posture, and then the movement part. Would I stand at one place and deliver, or would I move? And if the movement was there, how far would I move? Because I wouldn't like to distract people who are actually listening to me or watching me speak. This would be a very important part of my entire personality, and that would be coupled with my appearance, which is my dressing and overall my being, my positive being. These three aspects would really make me a decent public speaker over a period of time. So if you are starting, slot your preparation into these three domains and start working towards it. Have self-belief and have a lot of patience. One day you will become what you want to.